stay where you're supposed to be at. I heard my name.
You're Daryl?
No.
That's my other brother right there.
I don't know. Okay. Okay, so we got Daryl, Lehigh,
Pearl.
Burl, Rich, Reno, Todd.
See, I could do it too. Yeah, see, I told you before, Burrell. I told you I'd get Burrell.
John.
You want to make life interesting, John, just shuffle yourself.
And let's have you guys all take a step in. Maybe, Daryl, if you can start right there. Yeah, stop there. And turn so you're all like, like you're taking the photo. Yep. Okay.
Got it.
Nonsense. Turn your back to the governor.
Got it.
And is the mic still on?
In there.
Mic is on. We're good here? Okay. Get the Amazon logo out of there. John and State Forest can go right here.
Then if you want, Tom, you want to step in and hand her the thing, well, because they're going to get the combination. He's going to send it, hand it to her. I'm asking you to do it, but if you want to do it, you stand on that side.
You guys stand right here because she's going to come around the back there. And then as soon as she's in place, you'll go to the podium.
Okay, and then Tom's going to help her with that.
Put your hands around it, so give her the coin. And
Yeah. And they're all in alphabetical order.
yeah. She's a mother, she is.
Just he comes up and they say, "Hey, now you're the
Well, she has the boots on.
Exactly. I'm not going to correct it.
No.
But she's mad.
Thanks for pointing that out. She is. No. So you remember you squid. He was short, right?
Little ice cream man.
You should.
Okay, how long?
Yeah, get on it. All right. These are cool. I've never seen these. You seen these? Governor's name on it.
It's a trip on that.
Yeah, John's just going to say.
Yeah, okay, great.
All right, thank you everybody for being here. I'd like to welcome Governor Hobbs, and then on behalf of the Arizona Fire Service, the emergency management, and all law enforcement, and especially the firefighters here from DFFM, I'd like to present you with our challenge coin, and just thank you for all the leadership and support you give us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, well, good morning, everyone. I wanted to be here today to personally thank the courageous members of the Department of Forestry and Fire Management who helped our neighbors in California battle the devastating wildfires. I just had a chance to talk with them, and they shared some of their experiences about what they faced. And one of the things that I really want to highlight is that they talked about the experience they had there and how it helped better equip them to fight fires here. And so I think that's really important. But also just the support they have from the state here while they were away, and folks who one of them mentioned that he was from California, so it was really personal to him to be there to help his community. I heard stories of what they did, and really they represented Arizona so well, and I'm so grateful to them. I was proud that Arizona was able to lend a hand when this disaster struck, and I know that when we're in similar situations, we rely on the same help and support from our neighbor agencies. DFFM immediately rose to the occasion when they were needed and deployed 8 task forces. Task Force 1 and Task Force 2, headed by Battalion Chief Rich Jones and Battalion Chief Burrell Teague, were assigned to the Eden Fire. They protected structures, they cleared vegetation to prevent fire from spreading to nearby homes, and Task Force 1 had their deployment extended from 14 to 21 days. Task Force 6, led by Chief Lehigh Vicano, was assigned to the Palisades Fire. They were responsible for securing the perimeter of the fire along the coastline between Malibu and Santa Monica. They chased hotspots and responded to medical calls and supported residents who had to relocate. The other 5 task forces were positioned throughout the region, stationed to tackle the emergence of new fires and working with the U.S. Forest Service and CAL FIRE. Each task force consisted of 4 or 5 engines, and at its peak, we had more than 150 personnel from Arizona deployed. These brave firefighters embody the Arizona promise, keeping Arizonans safe every day and helping our neighbors across state lines when they need it most. And we need to do everything we can to support them and their families. So it's time that our hardworking rank and file firefighters get a raise. And you saw that raise proposed in my executive budget, and I'm going to fight for this in our budget negotiations. As Arizona's firefighters, they battle some of the nation's toughest wildfires. Year over year, these events have gotten worse, and pay has certainly not increased to match the growing intensity. This pay increase will help us attract and retain the best professionals and will ensure that these brave men and women can live the Arizona promise. It's time to put our money where our mouth is, and it's a priority for me in this year's budget. With that, I'm so thankful to these men and women and want to recognize their heroic efforts with an official commendation. So when you hear your name, would you please come forward, starting with Division Chief Daryl Willis. And Division Chief Lehigh Vicano. Vicano? Did I say
Yes,
that?
ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Battalion Chief Burrell Teague. Thank you. Battalion Chief Rich Jones.
Thank you.
Battalion Chief Reno Renovato. Thank you. And Battalion Chief Chad Waverka. Thank you. Engine Captain Steve Reyes. Thank you. And Engine Captain Justin Beebe. Thank you. Crew Member Taylor Irwin. Thank you. Crew Member Derek Walters. Thank you. Engine Captain Corey Chavez. Thank you. And State Fire Management Officer John. Deputy Fire Assistant Center Manager Kurt Leonard.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now John Truitt. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. All right. Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you. All right. Thank you.
All right, we have time for some questions. If they're fire related, feel free to direct them at the chief or someone else. But we'll start. If you have fire questions, why don't we start with that? And if you could speak up just a little bit, we're outside. So. I have a fire. Yep, fire somewhat related one. For you, Governor, the legislature has some plans to do wildfire risk mitigation.
Mm-hmm.
To include a bill from Representative Griffin that would give immunity to utilities from civil lawsuits
Mm-hmm.
if their
I haven't looked at the bill, and I know I have heard it's moving through the process. You know, we deal with so many wildfire events here in the state, and I think we should be focusing our efforts on prevention, not escaping responsibility for causing them.
Governor, looking at the fires that happened in LA, being so close to a metropolitan area, did that make you reevaluate at all how we approach fires here? Did you learn anything from that you could share?
Director, or Chief, either of you want to address that?
Yeah, it's just just an awareness. Oops,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, just an awareness of the potential that we have these days. Fires are getting more and more extreme. We're getting more and more urban encroachment out in the wild urban interface. Just that awareness of, and anytime you add that wind to those fires, they can be all catastrophic. So we have invested in on the DFFM side, on the forestry side, doing recognizing our communities at risk and doing a fuels abatement around those communities, and that's about the best we can do for now. And then just education, is just continuous education on, just being careful out there, and how you harden your structures, how you harden your communities. That's the best defense we can get.
Let me ask a related question to that. Hang out. One of the things we saw in California was the fact, other than people having trees right up to their house, had to do with construction materials. Do we need legislation for people living in the wild urban interface as far as what kind of construction materials they use for shake roofs and wood siding? I mean, there need to be some regulations on that.
It's again, that's a question for the governor. But as far as my experience goes, I come from Southern California. After the fires in 2000, a lot of those requirements did come in, and it proved effective. Whether it was mandated or whatnot, but the materials that they use nowadays, it helps us out immensely when it comes to structure protection.
He said it was a question for the governor. Governor?
Look,
What about construction materials?
I mean, I think that there's not a one-size-fits-all approach to this, and I think that's a decision that we can leave to local communities.
Other fire-related questions before we move on?
I have one more maybe for the chief or the forester. Every year we do an event at the Capitol where we talk about the upcoming wildfire season. And I've been there for 3 years. It seems like every year we talk about shortages, staffing shortages. What do you think a 15% pay raise would do to hire those positions that you need?
Well, first of all, like the governor said, when you look at the pay rate that our captains get, it's basically less than $50,000 a year. So to be able to recruit and retain our quality and our experience that we get in our firefighters, that pay raise is necessary. The other thing is, again, we have the positions, but we need additional staffing to do that, and not just on the state side, but also our local government, our federal partners. They're all facing resource shortages, retention issues, and just a shortage of personnel. Budget-wise, that's what's affecting a lot of the local government folks.
John, 1 second. Could you say and spell your name and provide your title, please?
John Truitt, Truett, and I'm the State Fire Management Officer.
Any more fire-related, or we're done with that? Howie, is that what you're done? Okay,
Not
Howie,
fire.
go ahead.
Okay. Governor, we've all taken a look at your request for supplementals, particularly the DDD. It sure seems like, given how much you want, given programs that were overspent, programs that will continue from COVID, that somehow some mistakes were made. So how did we get here? How did we get over $300 million into debt, 2/3 of the way through the budget here?
I think so much of the hype around this is the Republicans in the legislature weaponizing what is a routine budget process. In fact, Governor Ducey routinely asks for supplemental budget requests for different programs, and last year we approved a supplemental request for the ESA entitlement program, and there was no concern about that at all when it came to the Republicans' favorite entitlement program. And so this is, caseload growth is projections. It's not an exact science. And supplemental requests are a routine part of the budgeting process, and we're looking moving forward we're always looking at how we can make sure that those projections are more accurate in terms of budgeting.
But did you continue a COVID era program about paying parents as caregivers that was not really authorized?
It was authorized. It's an authorized program.
Governor, 500 soldiers are going to be deployed to Arizona and Cochise County. That just came out. Can I just get your reaction to that?
So I have consistently requested more resources for border security and border enforcement, and so I welcome the help, and I will continue to press the administration for more communication about how those resources are going to be deployed and utilized.
Will you send more people to the National Guard down to the border as well, or keep them at the staffing level that they're
The staffing level we have right now is appropriate, and we're in continued conversations with TAG about how we can continue that mission, and she's also in communication with the Trump administration around how they might utilize the National Guard as well.
So you welcome more force down here from federal level?
Yes, yeah.
Governor, had a lot of protests going on the past few days. Your thoughts on all those?
People have a right to peacefully protest, and I encourage those who are organizing to continue to uphold the law and be peaceful.
Governor, I got one more.
Yeah.
Involving legislative dealings.
Yeah.
The Diamondbacks are backing a bill that would divert state sales tax and income tax revenue from the Chase Field area to their renovation efforts. Derek Hall says you and Chief of Staff Chad Campbell are supportive of that plan. I wonder if you would go on the record. Do you support that diversion of tax revenues?
So I know that this bill is in the works, and the details are still under negotiation. But in concept, if they can reach an agreement that is acceptable to all the parties, then yes, I want to keep the Diamondbacks here in Arizona.
Do you have any concern? The budget has been so in flux over the last 2 years. There was a surplus, then a deficit. Do you have any concern about opening the door to other private interests asking for similar programs?
I think that's really a hypothetical, and the bill in front of us is the one dealing with the Diamondbacks.
One or two more folks have other questions. Yeah, Governor, I just wanted to ask how things are going with Prop 123. I know that's an ongoing situation. Do you just feel that effort is very close right now with Republicans?
So we are continuing to be in conversations with all of the key stakeholders, including the education groups, the business groups that want to see a Prop 123 extension that pays teachers more, that funds our schools, that provides quality outcomes from our classrooms. And I know we've seen a couple of legislative proposals introduced. I think there's more work to be done on those, but I feel confident that we will get a proposal to the voters that funds our schools.
Do you feel a compromise is close?
I don't know how close we are, but we're continuing conversations.
Do you still believe we can take close to 9% out of the corpus to fund your plan?
I don't know that that's on the table in the negotiations right now, but I know that when we passed Prop 123 in 2016, there was a lot of concern about the health of the trust, the ongoing health of the trust, and the increased distribution was untested. And now we know that the health of the trust is intact, and that it can sustain a bigger distribution. And we certainly wouldn't propose something that we thought was unsustainable.
Last one, if anybody has a separate topic.
We're not going to let you drive the truck, Governor?
I didn't ask.
Do you know how to drive a stick, Governor?
I do.
John?
More than welcome.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks.
Governor, we're going to stick around for some
Yeah.
photos.
Oh, great. Okay.
January, feel free to organize it. I would love to see that. Can you bring this to work? They're all lined up. We can do one more thing. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I was like, I missed that. If we can get in a little bit tighter. Okay, yes.
individual photos. We'll start on this side, and then if you guys want to come